Whew. The time has come, people. Yes, we are here. We have it, the iPhone 14 Pro in the gold color, 256 gigabytes. And yeah, I'm your Samsung fanboy that is, after like a good 5 years solid, I'm pretty much gonna be switching to this as my main device. Am I gonna dread it? Well, let's move over to the blue bubble messaging squad and see what is up with Apple's biggest iPhone change in 5 years. Firstly, quick one, shout out to Daniil. He was my upgrade advisor in EE, man. It was a pleasure to speak to him over the phone. I promised I was gonna give him a shout out, man. Thank you for making this upgrade really, really nice and straightforward. Unfortunately, DPD decided to deliver it in the day, but you know, yeah, we've got it here. This is it. Yes, finally, we've got the iPhone 14 Pro in the gold color, 256 gigabytes. As you can see, right here, iPhone. I know a lot of people have been going for the deep purple and the space black, but you know what? I decided to switch things up, man, and we are going with the iPhone 14 Pro in the gold, 256 gigabytes. Yeah, I'm gonna be switching to this. I know. I really wanna commit to Apple's biggest change, but you know what? Before we do that, let's just peel this off and unbox it. Get into it. It's pretty straightforward, as we know nowadays. Not really much comes in the iPhone boxes. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna really try and commit to this one. It's gonna be difficult for me, pretty much as your Samsung fanboy, but yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This is the gold color. I'm really, you know what? I thought I was gonna regret this color, but I'm really liking it so far, man. It's really, oh, it's heavy. There's a bit of weight to it. There is a bit of weight to it. Put this to the side quickly. Obviously, we've got the Apple stickers. Mind you, we still get a SIM ejector tray here. I know that you guys over in USA don't get it. And you've got the Lightning to USB-C port. Still got Lightning. And I hope next year with the iPhone 15, we've got USB-C port on here. All right, let's put this to the side. Bring this forward. Move this. Peel. Ooh, nice. Put this down here. Let's get straight into business and see. Now, I can already see the true nature of the peel cutout right there. It's two separates. Got the Face ID sensor on the left, which is smaller, further down, and a front-facing camera on the right, which is the new one. Okay, what we got? Stainless steel frame. You can see it's catching fingerprints already, and that is the power button. Still got Lightning with the speaker grill and a microphone, and we've got the SIM card tray with the separate power buttons and the silent switch. You can see the camera bump is a lot bigger. We'll compare it and see it next to the iPhone 13 Pro. Let's power this on and see what's up. Hopefully we've got some battery in there. Yes, we do. We've got the Apple logo. And I'm so glad I went with the gold one this time, man. Haven't had a gold iPhone before. On camera, it's probably gonna give more like an off gold, off white champagne color, but in person, it's actually really nice. I really like it. Just wish they went with the matte kind of rails for the Pro models, like what they do with the normal numbered ones. Okay, here we are. English, United Kingdom. We won't do a full setup. And apparently there is a way, WhatsApp have developed a way where you can transfer your WhatsApp messages from Android to iOS. This is also one of the biggest reasons why I really want to commit to the iPhone 14 Pro this time around and really switch to it and yeah, just kind of make it work. We're going to set this up, get into the main home screen, and then yeah, we'll just look through the settings after. So we are now on the home screen, and of course, as you know, this is running iOS 16 out the box. Just a quick breakdown of what I've got right here. This is the iPhone 14 Pro in the 256 gigabyte storage configuration. And of course, this does have Apple's 4nm A16 Bionic chip, which is obviously meant to be a lot more efficient. Still does see an improvement in single core and multi-core performance as well as apparently the GPU. But obviously the main thing that they've got in here is the new display engine on the system on a chip. Now for me, the main thing that I'm looking forward to really testing is the camera with the new 48 megapixel main sensor that is 65% bigger with the new pixel binning or quad pixel tech that Apple are talking about, the improved ultra wide. Not much improvement to the zoom, but it is meant to be slightly better. And of course, improvement to the selfie camera, thanks to the bigger aperture and finally having autofocus as well. Now, of course, the main thing that we're seeing right here is that new display. Still 6.1 inches, but the cutout or the pill or the dynamic notch, dynamic island as they're calling it, which I personally think more behaves like a touch bar, is what's really representing what we're seeing right here. Again, same resolution as before, slightly higher, but it's still adaptive refresh. It's meant to go all the way down to 1 Hertz, but that is meant to be only for the always on display. And then the brightness is meant to be outdoors only 2000 nits. Now there isn't a toggle for it from what I've seen within the display settings or accessibility. So I think to have that benefit, it has to be an auto brightness when you're outdoors. Yeah, so the dynamic island, or in my personal opinion, better known as the touch bar. Apple really should have called it the touch bar, but it is meant to interact. I think a timer is meant to be the most obvious one, where you swipe up and you can see it dynamically active right there. And you can just press it to go back, or you can press and hold. You get the haptic feedback there and it comes. It's a very interesting take to what is meant to be, in my personal opinion, a visual distraction becoming very useful. It felt like the notch was living rent-free, not being useful, and Apple was about to serve it its nose to his, and it decided to like come up with this idea of being useful. So here is the useful version of the notch that I think we're gonna have for another 5 years. I don't know whether I'm in love with it, but it's an interesting take on what it's meant to be. So that's pretty much the full breakdown of what I've got. Look out, I will be switching. And again, if we compare it to the iPhone 13 Pro, again, this is the always on display active. Probably not my favorite implementation so far, because it's so bright. It's literally, it's more like an always on display everywhere. Apple really should have just given us the option to disable the wallpaper and just really just benefit from what we're seeing. But again, this is Apple's implementation. There's a high chance that I will probably be turning it off, just because of the fact that it's just so bright and it might just be a bit too distracting. But again, you do have a toggle to disable it there if you want to as well. Compared to the iPhone 13 Pro, here we are. And that's the Sierra blue color. I don't really see much of a difference in terms of the camera bump, but it is definitely bigger for sure. It is definitely bigger. And in terms of just framing the phones together, yeah, it is slightly, well, yeah, pretty much the same, slightly taller. But yes, your Samsung fanboy is switching from the Galaxy Z Fold 4 as my main device and S22 Ultra previously. And I'm really gonna try my best to commit to this and see how it really feels to use this as my main device, because I did upgrade this on my main personal number, not my business line. My main personal number will be going into the iPhone 14 Pro. And watch out, I've got a slew of individual testing and comparisons lined up against your favorite flagship devices in-house as well. But yeah, that is me with my early impressions of the iPhone 14 Pro. Let me know what you want to see. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. If you enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.